What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about which classes will we be able to attend or participate in Hogwarts Legacy. It's been a while since we've done a kind of a deep dive into a topic, so I'm very excited to jump in. I can't believe that I haven't talked about classes yet. Now, we've talked about them in passing, but made a dedicated video, as I've done it, of other topics, to the idea of classes. Firstly, I want to give credit to Arginus. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably saying it wrong, though. He's the one who gave me the idea over on Twitter, and you guys can always let me know, different video ideas you want to hear from me, and I'll shout you out. Probably missay your name as well, but he gave me the idea to do this. And so what I want to do here is I want to first kind of do a blanket statement, okay? Much as I've done in the other videos, and I think it's important to say this, these are, there's a lot of wants for this game, right? And not necessarily everything that we say in these videos is going to come true when the game comes out. So just to try to keep our expectations in check. Now, classes are honestly something that's really tough, because when you think about it, when you're in Hogwarts, there are specific classes. So I actually went to the Harry Potter fandom page, the Harry Potter wiki, because they did a really good job of kind of condensing everything. So you have 7 core classes when you're a first-year student. Now, remembering that we're probably a fifth-year student is going to be important. It's definitely going to be important, but hear me out first. So when you're a first year and you enter Hogwarts, you have to take Transfiguration, Charms, Potions, History of Magic, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Astronomy, and Herbology, okay? You also have to learn how to fly in a broomstick. That's a mandatory thing that you have to do, and then you could actually drop it. You don't have to do it after year 1. Now, at the end of your second year, or going into your third year, depending on how you think of it, you have to choose 2 of additional classes, okay? And some of these classes is Divination, which should, ring a bell. Study of Ancient Runes, which is one I think mentioned as well. Care of Magical Creatures, and there's a couple other. Muggle Studies is another one. So there's another group of 5 or 6, and you have to choose 2 of them. You can't drop those core 7, but you can drop these other ones, these electives, as you go on. 6th year, you can learn how to apparition, right? That's what you learn during your 6th year. So again, important to remember, 5th year, technically you can't do apparition yet, right? You're not supposed to. You don't even actually learn it yet, right? And you can be doing this big group of other things. You also have to take your owls at the end of your 5th year to determine what's going to basically happen in your 6th and 7th year, and then actually moving forward into your adult life as a witch or wizard. Okay, so that's the history. That's the lore. So people can't say I don't really talk about that in my videos. There's the lore. Now, again, what's really tough about this, in my opinion, is I am one that has said, we talk about an animagus or a patronus, or can you have a pet? We've talked about all these things, and it's all right, we have 30,000 ideas. Let's be more realistic. We have 25, 30 ideas. Can they realistically do all of them? No, they absolutely cannot, right? So we have to keep our expectations in check. But the tough thing is, for this, is these are the required, these are the required classes that you have to do when you're at the school. But again, it depends on how much they actually care about the classes and how that, we've talked about it, right? If you go to a class, can you maybe level up or get there points, and you can put that into attributes, right? Or you could have a skill tree that you can level up. If you skip classes, is there something, is there a penalty there? Are there other ways of learning skills, or do you have to go to classes? Can you get house points taken away? Is there a house point system? All of these things interconnect in ways that we don't know yet, right? We can't possibly know. But I would say at the very least, so let's start breaking this down. The idea of potions, well, potions is in the trailer. So potions has to be in the game, right? Let's do potions. Potions is in. Defense Against the Dark Arts is also in the trailer, and it would be a sin, a crime actually against humanity, to not have Defense Against the Dark Arts in the game, okay? Add that one. Herbology, that is also in the game, right? You could clearly see that, or in the trailer, I should say. Now, they talk about taming Fantastic Beasts, right? Fantastic Beasts is a big part of it, so I'm going to also assume that you are, in fact, doing a Care of Magical Creatures class, right? Where you're studying creatures. So that's 4. Now, Divination, we've seen, and I think is honestly possible for a class, because it can, I don't know, I'm trying to think of interesting ways that you can, what do you do when you're in these classes, right? Literally in the game, what would you actually do? I think Divination would have enough options of what you would be able to do. Charms, Charms kind of makes sense, because you could literally have charms like, it could be like almost like a thing you carry around with you, like a personal item. Like you could actually do that, or on your wand or something. There can be an aspect of, and again, what I'm trying to do here, how does the class relate to the base game that you're going to be. We've actually talked about this before, right? How does the class relate to what you're going to be doing in the game? Defense against the dark arts, you would imagine, would be dueling, would be literally learning like attack and defensive spells. So that's a very, very important class that you got to do. Herbology should be pretty interesting to see what you can actually spin that, if it's something where you can kind of like craft things or figure things out to then take, into your game that you go further on with. Potions, I mean, obviously you can think of, like, you can probably literally craft potions in potions class and then take them, out in the streets with you. The flying the broomsticks things could very much be connected to Quidditch, right? So those, I mean, like Transfiguration, like would you have that as a, like, what could you actually do in Transfiguration, again, in the game that would make an impact, when you're not in that class in the game? That's the tough thing. Yeah, I'm actually kind of torn because like I said, I listed maybe 5 or so, maybe 5-6 classes if you did Divination, something like that, or maybe like Study of Ancient Runes, because maybe you could intertwine that with your character. I don't know. I mean, it is definitely tough, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all you have until 6th year, and then you can do again, like apparition. So it's a tough thing because you'd be leaving classes behind, and you would maybe get people upset because it's like, well, that's not how it, like, literally it's not how it works. But I don't know, like, again, you think to like a Persona 5, most recent example, right? And you're in classes, and there are different I think there's like three or 4 different subjects. Obviously, you do have more than those subjects in a real school when you're actually learning. But, like, again, it's only one part of the game. And you do get stuff through, answering the right questions. And obviously you have exams and stuff in the classes in Persona. So honestly, just copy and paste that. I would say just do the same thing in a way. Do it in your own way for Hogwarts Legacy. But I think that's a rough outline of how I would do it. But there will be those purists, and I don't blame them. By the way, I do not blame people for saying, oh, you're supposed to have these classes and you're leaving them out. So, like, what's the deal with that? I understand that. But again, I mean, I want to do other things also in this game besides going to classes. I do understand the draw of going to classes. Like, trust me, I will be attending my lectures and stuff like that. I want to. I want to see, are there like really different cutscenes? Like if you skip some and you go to a new one, like does something happen? Like what you actually do in these classes. Again, how do they interact with your character when you leave the classroom? Those are cool things that I want to like know. I want to experience, I guess, right? But there's also probably a lot of other things to do, not just, and you're just thinking right now about Hogwarts Castle, right? But what about outside of Hogwarts, which we know we'll also be able to explore? So that's what I would say. I would give it maybe a 5-6 range, but again, throwing in like a magic creatures kind of something to introduce fantastic beasts, right? Divination could be cool, but again, it's kind of a toss-up. Transfiguration, there's a couple of them that are definitely toss-ups, but I think we can all kind of locate the most important ones. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. This was a lot of fun to go back into a topic like this. If there's anything else I've ever missed in terms of theories about the game, definitely let me know, and I can definitely do more of these videos over time. All my social media, if you want to follow me anywhere, is in the description, along with my Patreon and YouTube memberships if you guys want to support us there. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.